right, so we hopped in the grape weed sprayer. It's about 6 o'clock or so, maybe 7. I'm not even really sure anymore. Dad ran a good amount of tanks today. We got beautiful, just no wind. And it's a nice night out, so we're gonna run as long as we can. But I am having some finicky issues with these things. So if you guys remember, last year, this weed sprayer, or grape weed sprayer, actually broke down. And we used to have a hydro pump on the back, and that's what ran everything. And then the product line came through the back, and the product line was in the cab with you, which we didn't like. And you had that big lever right here, you had to move. So those pressure plates, we think are set at 15 PSI, which used to not be a problem, was when you turned it on, you're 50 PSI to the tank, so they both turned on. Plus, if you, like this outside row I just did, you'd have to actually get out and turn off the one side you didn't want to shoot out, because I don't want to burn anything over here. I want to keep it on over here. Anyway, regardless, those plates, when you click both these on, there's not enough pressure to turn them both on. And sometimes, so we turn up to 35 PSI, and even that, you have some troubles. So we need to find 10 PSI pressure plates to stick in there, figure out what is up with these things, and then that way we can turn this down to 30 and it'll work out great. And with this being at 30, even 35, that tank doesn't foam. When it was at 50, oh my gosh, that thing would have foam all the way to the top right now. Well, that thing finally broke, and we figured, well, if we're gonna replace it, might as well do it right. And we were in between stuff. Plus, the tank always foamed, always had stuff in it. And that was because we were running the pressure on the tank at like 50 PSI. So we gave this to my cousin, and in a week or two, he switched everything around. And now we got these little electronic toggle switches, which is really nice. The only, I can't see, but I got a nozzle on that side, and I got a nozzle on this side. And trust me, this thing is freaking awesome. The only thing we have a problem is sometimes these toggle switches don't work. And the biggest problem, which is an easy fix, is on right there, there's these little pressure plates. But we are cruising. We're sitting there about 5 miles an hour. Everything's working just like it should. Ooh, got over a little bit there. We got a nice sunset to look at. Look at that. Get the right light. But we got one more pass in this vineyard, and that'll give us the 4th vineyard done for the day, and we're gonna head off to vineyard 1 next. So we are getting blocks knocked out. Still, we are finding some damage. There's some dead ones. It's really happened to be where the bloom is. That one's dead. 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 Alive. So in case a lot of these are dead, unfortunately, that means the growth will get out of control. So we are rip pruning. Anything that's pink, though, which unfortunately a lot of these were in bloom, anything that's pink should. Well, that's unfortunate. It almost cut right through that. I'm gonna leave that over there. And we're back at it this morning. We only got about a 1/4 inch rain, so it's not too bad. Dad is weed spraying, and the trees are putting on a show. Alright, we rocked out the book pruner again, so I gotta get this thing taken off and put it chisel on, but that rain last night probably screwed it up, and we got another storm coming. Alright, we got a little bit of weed spray left in this tank. I'm back in technically the last vineyard we gotta do. But yeah, I don't know how far we're gonna get across this one. This just seems to be a real muddy spot. And you can see all that water up there. That's the pond, but only a quarter of that's really the pond. You can already see. Look. Dad's headed to the next block. You can't see it through that windshield. This blade's all messed up. The new one I think came in. Yep. We're rocking and rolling. But yeah, it is the next day, so we finished weed spraying last night. We got a chance of rain coming tomorrow, so we're out here spraying again, covering back up before this rain for scab, and we gotta hit the blight varieties too. So today's gonna be a lot of running around, but we'll get it. All right, I got impatient. Give it a shot. It's working just fine. The middle's still a little bit wet, but these ends honestly not working out bad. I may be going a little early, but I should have had these trees in a couple weeks ago probably. It's just been so much rain and so wet, so we're gonna take the risk and we're gonna go in not ideal ground. Probably the next couple hours we'll get back to spraying. Just want to get closer to that rain with that blight material. All right, got the disc hooked up real quick. She's old, but she will work. Then we're gonna use the vibra shank on the other side of those bits. Well, we're back spraying, and the bloom of these Honeycrisp is amazing. There's so many on these trees. Hopefully that freeze didn't get these too bad, and these set an absolutely beautiful crop. All right, finally finishing up this last tank. Should almost be out. Covered with bugs. That wind is coming right over the cab. Again, the wiper's just getting worse. Still a little wet in that middle, but hopefully open it up a little more. Just get on a little angle, smooth it out. Hopefully to plant next week. I'll pick up the trees this afternoon. All right, we're gonna let this settle a little bit. I made a couple passes. So this is that vibra shank, and last year we built this little rolling basket on the back, and honestly, that made it really nice. I mean, got a little bit of rain coming, but if not, I would try and plant this. But we gotta get the field done, so we're gonna let it dry out a little bit, and maybe get it marked still too. But this is a good start. So real quick, just kind of showing what some of the blooms look like in the orchards right now. It's starting to look really nice out there. We're coming out of bloom into petal fall here pretty quick. But no, this is just a couple of high density blocks, and here's one coming up. Just kind of overview, kind of one at the top of the hills. It's looking really, really nice. So you can see apples right now. We're pretty much in full bloom to king bloom. Peaches are coming into shuck split. All the blooms fall off. We're past petal fall. Here's some grapes. That the green one on the left is actually a live one. The one on the right is dead. And then here's a dead bud. So we'll see how they look here in a little bit. We'll give them some time to warm up, and hopefully things look pretty good next couple weeks.